Road Trip. And now your hosts, Matt and Brandon.
Welcome back to Amusement Park Road Trip. If you listened last week, it was Dollywood that Brandon and I covered, and we kept talking about how we would cover the rides for Dollywood, which we will be, and that episode's already recorded, but we decided to cover Thanksgiving Land. That's not what it's called. The Thanksgiving area in Holiday
it
World.
should be Thanksgiving Land. That's the right answer.
Yeah, or Thanksgiving section. It's the Thanksgiving section at Holiday World in Santa Claus, Indiana.
They should call it, sorry.
Go ahead.
They should call it Plymouth Rock Land or just Plymouth Rock.
Well, they've got a Plymouth Rock restaurant.
Oh, okay. Well, close enough.
Close enough, yeah. So for our American listeners, this week is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. To our few listeners in Sydney, Australia, or somewhere in Australia, I think it's Sydney. Sorry that I don't know what I'm sorry about. It's not relevant. And same to our Canadian listeners. Your Thanksgiving was in October, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
So, but to our American listeners, which is the majority of our listeners, happy Thanksgiving. Today, like I said, we're talking about Thanksgiving. We're just going to call it Thanksgiving Land. That's not what it's called, but we're going with it. Thanksgiving Land. And that is in Holiday World in Santa Claus, Indiana, which I had already mentioned. So Holiday World is an amusement park that has themed lands that are based on holidays. So they have a Christmas land or a Santa Claus land. They have a Halloween land. They have a 4th of July, and they have Thanksgiving. So we're going to cover the Thanksgiving land today. It's not going to be obviously the whole park. We're just talking about Thanksgiving. And it's going to be kind of a shorter episode, a quicker episode, because we're not covering the entire park. Does that sound good to you, Brandon?
Yes, but I just have to say, it is... When are we going here? Because this sounds like my kind of place. I mean, every place we talk about is my kind of place, but this one's a little extra my kind of place.
All of these places. I feel like you have to go during the holidays.
Which one, though?
Christmas. I would say okay. Christmas. It did start out as Santa Claus Land. So just some quick background history. The city of Santa Claus, Indiana, in the 1800s, when it was trying to become a city, it registered as Santa Fe. And they were denied because there was already a Santa Fe, Indiana. And so they changed it to Santa Claus. And then there's this whole story about people going to Santa Claus, Indiana and being upset, especially kids being upset that they didn't get to see Santa Claus while they were in Indiana, Santa Claus, Indiana. And so somebody took it upon themselves to build a Santa Claus land where you can see Santa Claus all year round. And that somebody is Louis J. Koch. I think that's how you pronounce his last name.
It's actually Koch. Sorry.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, that's a common, or let's say a common last name. I wouldn't say common, but it's one that you see a lot in politics. So I'm fairly certain it's pronounced Koch.
Okay. Louis J. Koch. Thank you.
Dumbass.
Can I leave that in?
I mean, you're the editor. You decide.
And he built, so Louis J. Koch.
Hold on. No, never mind. We'll save this for when we do the full park. Never mind.
Okay.
I'll remind me to remember my joke.
Yeah, right. That's not going to happen. Louis J. Koch built it as a retirement project. So he built Santa Claus Land, and it opened August 3rd, 1946 as Santa Claus Land. And then they expanded from there. Thanksgiving Land is what we're calling it, is the newest land. It was built in 2006. It was the park's 60th anniversary. And so they celebrated by opening Thanksgiving Land. The Koch Development Corporation is who currently owns it. So this was passed down to a son, and I assume at a certain point, the family-run park turned it into a corporation, which makes sense. So it is the Koch Development Corporation. They have 49 total attractions. 6 of those attractions are coasters. But get this, in Thanksgiving area, they have 3 coasters. So half of the coasters in the entire park are in Thanksgiving area. And 7 total attractions. So that's what we're going to go over today. And one fun fact about Holiday World, which I quickly came across as we rushed to prepare this episode, is that they have free soda throughout the entire park. Free unlimited soda. They just have mini cups. What?
I said, oh, doggy.
They have cups next to soda machines unattended. And you just go up and fill up a cup, which is cool when you think about it. But also, if you're there on a hot day, that's a great way to dehydrate yourself. Just keep drinking sugar. So that is the park in a nutshell. Why don't we take a walk through the park? And to clarify, we're not taking a walk through the park. We're just taking a walk through Thanksgiving land.
Let's take a walk through Thanksgiving land.
Yeah,
Let's waddle on through Thanksgiving land.
I think they call it Thanksgiving area, but that just doesn't sound cool. So we're going to go by all 7 attractions and kind of explain them. Some have more explaining to do than others, but we'll do our best because all these are themed for Thanksgiving. Which I don't think you can find anywhere else in the world, probably. Well, yeah, especially if you can't find it in USA, you're not finding it anywhere else.
Man, you would love Canada's. You would love Canada's Thanksgiving world. It is something else.
That's possible. They have a Thanksgiving, but yeah. No, I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably the only Thanksgiving land in the world.
We're going to really have to come up with something for next year.
Yeah. So the first ride that we're going to talk about is the Crow's Nest. This is really stretching it. And for the most part, they're just normal rides given Thanksgiving theme names and backstories. So the Crow's Nest is just the classic like swings that rise up on a tower. So instead of the normal swings where you swing around and you're hooked to the top, this one, your swings go up a tower while you're spinning, if that makes sense. And that is the Crow's Nest. I don't think there's any theming to it other than it's called the Crow's Nest in
what does crows have to do with Thanksgiving?
That's a great question, Brandon.
It should be the Eagle's Nest because fun fact, our founding father, the president of our great nation, Benjamin Franklin, he proposed the eagle. No. Sorry, I'm getting it twisted. He proposed the turkey should be the national bird. So for Thanksgiving, instead we would be eating bald eagle, So there you go.
Interesting. Is he called the president of our nation?
Yeah. Well, he was one of them.
He was not a president.
Yes, he was.
Benjamin Franklin?
Yes.
Benjamin Franklin was not a president.
Yes, he was, as told by Michael Scott.
I don't think Benjamin Franklin was a president.
Well, I can't remember any direct quotes from The Office, except that Michael said he was the president, so...
And I think that, but isn't that when he's like, actually, I was not a president.
Yeah. And he's like, okay.
So it should be the Eagle's Nest.
It should be the Eagle's Nest, paying homage to what we would have been eating for Thanksgiving dinner instead of turkey, which that was a very, very odd chain of events to get to that, but I'm sticking to it.
It would be, we would starve for Thanksgiving if we were eating bald eagles.
Because they are on the endangered list?
Not anymore. I think they've been taken off the endangered list.
Well, why do we starve then?
Well, because there aren't as many as turkeys.
Oh, that's true.
There's turkey farms. Have you ever heard of a bald eagle farm?
Bald eagle farms. There you go.
Yeah.
Turkeys are easier because you can just kind of keep them there and they ain't going to fly away. Turkeys can't fly, right? Can turkeys fly?
I don't think so.
Oh,
not
dumb
far.
Bird. Such a dumb and delicious bird.
This next ride. Oh, I love just saying it. The Gobbler.
The Gobbler Getaway.
The Gobbler Getaway.
Can we just take a moment to both give our best gobble?
Oh, I can't do it. The Gobbler Getaway. You'll be hearing that noise a lot at this ride. So it's a Sally Dark ride.
That's so cool.
And it's an interactive ride. It's an interactive. Yeah. Well, it's still really cool, even if you're not interacting with it, but you shoot turkeys or you shoot these targets and turkeys pop out. And when you hit a target, you'll hear a turkey gobble. But the noise that it makes when you shoot the gun is very annoying. It's like watching it, I thought there's no way I could ride this ride. I mean, even there's a shooter game at Legoland, and that noise is just a generic pew, pew, pew. By the end of the ride, I'm so sick of that noise. This one is very unique, and it seems like actually a pretty long ride. But you do get to hear those turkeys gobble when you hit a target. So it is an interesting ride.
Reminds me of that YouTube clip. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, thank you.
The gobbler. It's so good. The next ride is another great name, Good Gravy.
That's great.
It's a roller coaster. Well, man, I should have asked you what you would have guessed it was.
I'm gonna guess it's a roller coaster.
The thing about Good Gravy is that it's not opening until 2024, but Holiday Land, that's not what it's called.
Santa.
Holiday World has put out an animated video of what the ride's going to be like. So it's a boomerang coaster, meaning instead of the track completing, well, how do I describe this? The track doesn't complete a loop, if that makes sense. To start the ride, you back up and you go up a lift backwards, and then you go down that lift. You do some turns and stuff, and then you go straight up this track, and the track ends there, and then you just fall back down and go backwards back to the loading zone. So that's why it's called a boomerang coaster, because you're thrown and you come back to the same spot.
I have to say I'm a little disappointed that they didn't take one of two other options. Number one, a gravy boat.
Yeah.
And number two, a gravy train.
But is the gravy train, that's not referring to Thanksgiving, is it?
No, but gravy, come on. I mean, it's
good gravy.
Low-hanging fruit, the gravy train. I think it refers to money, but gravy and Thanksgiving are intertwined. So give us a gravy train.
You should ask your wife. I know she took American Sign Language, same as me in high school. You should ask her if she remembers the sign for gravy, because it is the most disgusting sign.
All right, let's see it. Turn your video on.
I got to turn my video on. This is the sign for gravy because it's the drippings from the fat.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Everybody, what you've just seen. Oh my gosh, he has a knife.
Ring
the record show.
So that is good gravy. Obviously, we don't have a lot to report on it because it's not open until next season.
But we will be visiting next season, so stay tuned.
We will report on Good Gravy. You think they have a gravy scented, like you shoot off and there's gravy scent?
Please.
Ew.
Please.
Gross.
Disgusting, but please.
All right. The next ride is the Mayflower, and I want you to guess what this ride is like. What kind of ride is it? The Mayflower.
The Mayflower?
The Mayflower.
The Mayflower should be some sort of boat ride.
Uh-huh.
Is it a tidal wave style ride?
It is a tidal wave.
Wow.
Very good.
That.
Although tidal wave is specific to our theme park. It's like...
It's a swinging boat ride.
Yeah. It's like calling tissues Kleenex. They're not all Kleenex. That's the brand. Tidal wave is our boat ride.
Tidal wave is our boat ride.
So the Mayflower is a swinging boat ride, which those are a lot of fun. Every time you get on those, you got to scream and see which side yells louder. You think that's a universal thing? Because that's a huge thing in our park. It's been passed down generations.
Yeah, ever since the mermaids were uncovered, that has been a thing.
I'm telling you, dude. Those mermaids did not have tops on when we were kids. I'm telling you.
Wish I would have paid attention.
I couldn't get my eyes off of them. So the next ride is the Voyage. And why don't you go ahead and guess what this ride is?
Is it a simulation ride taking you of the voyage from the old world to the new world?
No.
Oh, man.
It is a roller coaster, and a good one at that, too. This is actually really entertaining to watch, and I would go to the park to ride this ride. Not to give away the ending of what ride I would ride, but... So the Voyage opened May 6, 2006. So again, 2006 is when Thanksgiving Land opened. I love this because anybody, I don't know who wrote this, but it says it is widely considered one of the best wooden roller coasters ever built and was awarded by Time Magazine as the best roller coaster in the world in 2013. I don't know how outdated that statement is because 2013 was 10 years ago.
That's a lifetime.
Especially for a coaster.
Mm-hmm.
But it does look very entertaining. Man, it just flies. I'll say that. It doesn't slow down much. It looks awesome. Another great thing about it, it ranks second in length and sixth in height for wooden roller coasters. So the track is 6,442 feet, and it has a maximum height of 173 feet. And get this is to all those Phoenix lovers at Knoebels. It has 24.3 seconds of airtime and is the most produced on a wooden roller coaster to date. So everybody talks about how amazing Phoenix is, especially because of the airtime. You got nothing on the Voyage. Also, in 2006, it won a Golden Ticket Award for Best New Ride from Amusement Today, and it was the best wooden roller coaster from 2007 to 2011.
Nice.
That's a mouthful. Got anything to add there?
No, I don't. There's only so much you can say about a wooden coaster.
Yeah. Oh, it does look fun. And watching the video, it just keeps going and going. You keep waiting for it to end, and it's zipping along. It's pretty quick. It'd be a lot of fun. The next ride is Thunderbird. What does that have to do with Thanksgiving? It's a bird.
It's a bird. And everybody knows about the bird.
Yeah. What do you think Thunderbird is? What kind of ride is that?
Sounds like a roller coaster too.
It is.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Now, we've been informed that we have pronounced a few words wrong, and this might be one of them. We've pronounced this before. We might be saying it wrong, but I'm going for it. Thunderbird was designed by Bollinger and Mabillard. That is a B&M roller coaster. Maybe we should just stick to B&M because I hear people say B&M all the time. Maybe they don't want to pronounce it wrong. It might be Bollinger.
I'm a B&M. Those are my initials.
So Thunderbird opened in 2015 as the 8th wing coaster in the world, and that's 4th in the United States. Last week when we talked about Dollywood, I can't remember the name of the coaster, but there was a winged coaster. And I was trying to explain it, and I had no idea what it was called. But it is a winged coaster where the seats are on the side of the track, on either side of the track. So this one it's a short coaster, but another one that looks very impressive is sure to give you a thrill. It ranked 5th for Golden Ticket Awards Best New Ride in 2015. So that's a pretty good one. And the last ride, Brandon, you're not going to be able to get this one, is the Turkey Whirl. What would you guess?
Sounds like a tilt-a-whirl.
Oh, man. What gave it away?
The description that you provided in the outline.
You're not supposed to be reading ahead. So the Turkey Whirl is a tilt-a-whirl, but you're sitting in turkeys. So that's a good themed ride. Not only did they name it for Thanksgiving, they themed it for Thanksgiving. I don't know, Brandon, are you a fan of tilt-a-whirls?
I do not like spinny rides. But
Gotcha.
I do like tilt-a-whirls. That's the only one I can tolerate.
Okay. Yeah, I really like tilt-a-whirls. Man, next time we go on a date to Lagoon, we should do it.
Okay.
So that is our walk through Thanksgiving Land. We decided, since we're doing such a small portion, we didn't have time to come up with a quiz.
A small portion.
Oh, yeah, small portion. We decided we didn't have a lot of time to do a quiz, and there wasn't a lot to be quizzed on. So we decided to talk about our favorite dishes at Thanksgiving. Is that it? Am I quizzing you?
We're quizzing each other.
Okay. So, Brandon, what is my favorite dish at Thanksgiving? Is it A, I got to think of 3 dishes, candied yams.
Ooh.
B, green bean casserole.
Ooh.
Or C, stuffing.
Ooh. I'm going to say B, green bean casserole.
Why would you guess that one?
Was I right?
Yeah, you're right. Why would you guess that one?
I don't know.
Just a good
Because you
guess.
tried to throw me off with the first one.
I do love candied yams.
And nobody likes stuffing because stuffing's disgusting.
Yeah, I do like candied yams, but man, I love green bean casserole.
We'll have a quiz for you, Matt.
All right, hit me with it.
What is my favorite Thanksgiving dish? Is it A, candied yams, B, green bean casserole, or C, stuffing?
I'm going to go with B, green bean casserole.
You are correct.
Really?
Yeah.
This is why we're best friends.
Why? Oh, was that yours?
What?
Was that your answer too? I'm just kidding.
Oh.
This is why. Yes. When you gave me the list, number 1, you put candied yams, which is my second choice.
Same.
And then you also picked my the thing that does not make it on my list as stuffing. So, yes.
Yeah.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. My name's Matt. Say your name.
My name's Brandon.
And we're best friends. Oh, boy.
That's funny.
All right, Brandon. Out of those 7 attractions, which one ride would you want to ride the most?
It's an easy answer for me. The one with the greatest name and closest to my heart, a dark ride, the Gobbler Getaway.
Yeah, but so you love dark rides, but you hate interactive shooter rides. Do they cancel each other out?
I do. A Thanksgiving themed dark ride just sounds like the most wonderful thing to me.
Yeah,
And so that's just my answer.
it is pretty good, to be fair. They have animatronics in there. It tells a story. I think it's fun. Even if you don't do the interactive shooter part, I think you'd still enjoy it. Very colorful. It's a nice ride. I think I'm going to go with the Voyage. I want to ride that wooden roller coaster. It'll last a long time.
It sounds like a good one.
I think I'd get my money's worth with that roller coaster. All right. Instead of asking, we're running out of time. Instead of asking what food you would eat, let me just tell you what you're going to eat
Deal.
in Thanksgiving land. Thanksgiving section. Oh, this is straight from their site and it says section. Dang it. Got to go back and edit the whole episode.
Section there. You can just use that with everything.
It has an air conditioned restaurant, Plymouth Rock Cafe, which serves typical Thanksgiving food, such as, now tell me if all of these are typical Thanksgiving foods to you, Brandon. So here we go. Serves typical Thanksgiving foods such as turkey, prime rib, stuffing, green beans, and bread rolls.
I think it sounds about right.
Who's eating prime rib for Thanksgiving?
That's the only one that's a little different. I mean, everybody eats prime rib for Christmas like I do, so.
Or your grandpa's birthday? Not your grandpa, my grandpa. Just grandpas in general.
Yeah, so prime rib's a little off, but I don't fault them for trying to come up with something different. It should be ham, probably, instead of prime rib, but
honey baked ham.
I prefer prime rib to ham, so I'm not going to complain.
Well, now I'm just hungry. I want a honey baked ham. All right. Well, let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
Okay, go ahead.
You mentioned good gravy if it's going to have a scent.
Right.
And I say that sounds disgusting, but I still want it because we love scents, right?
Yeah.
You can continue on. I just wanted to have a part of it.
So if you think that gravy scent sounds good, would smell good, go ahead and check out Magic Candle Company. See if they got a gravy scent for you. We actually have an affiliate link in the description of the episode. So if you click that link and you see whatever sale they got going on, it's usually a buy one, get one free or free shipping, things like that. They've always got promos going on.
I bet they got Black Friday deal right now.
Maybe not right now, but coming up. Oh, yeah, you're right. This episode comes out in the future. So yeah, check it out. See if they got a gravy scent for you. But if not, they do have autumn scents, fall scents, which are great for Thanksgiving. And then rolling right into Christmas, some of the best scents of the year. That's not opinion, that's fact. Well, let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up in a dog bag.
Yeah, would you really want to...
Thanksgiving leftovers.
Would you really want to visit this park?
Not the park, but the land specifically, yes.
We haven't even covered Santa Claus land, so...
That's why I can't say if I'd really visit it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If I could get a pass to go specifically just to this section, I would take it.
Okay, yeah, I would take it. I'd want to ride the Voyage and Gobbler Getaway.
Even though they do not have a gravy waterfall, they should. That would be so perfect. I still would go visit it. But come on, guys. Gravy waterfall, let's get it done.
It's like Willy Wonka. Is Willy Wonka the chocolate factory, the old one, the original one?
I think good. I don't know.
Because one's, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Then
they both have a chocolate fountain.
The remake was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but the first one, Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory, that looks like a gravy river.
Yes.
So get a gravy waterfall. Well, I think that's it.
It'd more be like gravy lava. Couldn't really like be a waterfall. They need a gravy volcano.
Ugh, that's so disgusting to think about. Well, on that note, hope you have a great Thanksgiving if you're in the U.S. If you're not in the U.S., have a great normal Thursday. I mean, this episode comes out on Tuesday, but Thursday, November 23rd, enjoy your day. And let us know if you've heard of this park before, and specifically this Thanksgiving section, not land. But yeah, I think that's it. I think we're going to wrap it up. Happy Thanksgiving, Brandon.
Happy Thanksgiving, Matt.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
We will be going to lunch, hopefully.
Tomorrow.
I hope so. Got to give you your present.
Oh, boy.
I've put a lot of time into it. Yeah, you'll see. All right. Have a good week.
Bye.
bonus material.
Welcome back to Amusement Park Road Trip. I forget what we even say. What the heck do we say?
If this is your first time, it might be your last time.
Yeah.
And number 2, a gravy train.
What, Colin?
There's a pet that's downstairs.
Don't get it, okay? Wait till Mom gets home. And let me get out of my meeting and then I'll come with you, okay?
Okay, so
Okay. Love you, buddy. Shut the door.
I got to make this wet.
Did you open that for him?
I have Mom and us.
Okay. Awesome, buddy. Shut the door, please. Jeez. This next ride. Oh, I love just saying it. The Gobbler.
The Gobbler Getaway.
The Gobbler Getaway.
Can we just take a moment to both give our best gobble?
Oh, I can't do it. The Gobbler Getaway.